Welcome to another edition of Big Ben and Ty's Sports Gabe. Sports Gabe. There you go, guys. You got another joke for me with now instead of Bib Ben. Nevertheless, so Ty is on assignment. So we got the tire guy Eric here to help us out tonight. We're having a bunch going, and right now we will be doing the suitcase report. So far, it looks the only thing I've seen is Jack Jack is back. Um, so what do you guys think about that? And then C Mac is put on a 14-day injured reserve. Is that correct, guys?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So Wade, is there any other guys that got called up recently, or
Nope, still
or
just
is that
Mike Gillette, Garrett Devine are the last two that are up there in the East.
gotcha? Okay, so let's go ahead and before we get to the games this weekend, Wade, how about tell everybody about this great restaurant here in downtown Peoria?
Happy to. Bayleaf Indian Restaurant and Bar, located, excuse me, in downtown Peoria, a couple blocks away from Carver Arena. Great food for everyone, kids, your partner, yourself. It's a great experience to dine there. Great atmosphere, great service, obviously great food. They got the options of mild, uh, medium, or spicy. So get on down there, get yourself some good food. During a home game, leave your car parked in their parking lot for free, and tell them Wade sent you.
All right, awesome. So that said, they got what, two more games before they come home, and that's tomorrow at 10, and then a Friday game.
They got a 3 game set with Quad Cities.
Three games, okay, because
Yeah.
I only seen two so far. So
Yeah, they got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday, tomorrow, is Quad City Storm's Education Day game. So that will
that's what
be
I
at
was
10
thinking.
a.m.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because Eric and I were talking about that right before, and I thought it was an education game. That's why they're having it so early.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So guys, now that Boss is back, do you think they'll put him in right away, or you think they'll wait till like the Friday or Saturday game?
Oh, well, with Trudell, it's hard sometimes. Sometimes he can be predictable, sometimes not so much. I
Mm-hmm.
know if I'm Jack, I want to be in the net immediately. Um, there is a possibility he could be starting the 10 a.m. game. Um, but like I said, only Trudeau really knows that. I see Jack. If Jack don't start this 10 a.m. game, I do see him starting Friday in
Mm-hmm.
Quad City. So he will play one of the two. He's either going to start tomorrow or start Friday.
Good. So, um, so far this year we've only lost one, which is sad, but it looked like it was a pretty good game, despite what other fans are saying. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm brain freeze when I'm usually in charge for some reason. Uh, uh, do you? Let's see. Let's just go ahead and go with the SPHL announced on Tuesday that they're starting this season. The league would be adopting a expanded 3-5-5 format for the President's Cup playoffs this season. The first round will remain the best of three series, while the semifinal and final rounds will be best of 5 game series. That's according to Jason Ruff on the Peoria Riverman website. So, what do you guys think about that? What's up, Ty?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
what does everybody think about that?
I like I said, I think it's a welcome change. I mean, and given in the past, it used to be
Come on.
3-game series all the way through the
Come on.
playoffs.
Mama.
Mhm.
Occasionally, if the teams agree to it, you would have a 5-game final matchup. But this is set in stone that not only the finals will be 5 games, but the second round will be 5 games, and that's what I really like. I think that's what these players deserve is that opportunity to play in a 5-game series. I never really was a big fan of the 3 games series because you are screwed pretty much if you lose the first game. It's really hard to come back if you drop game one.
Wet.
But
Right.
there, like I said, this 5-game format I think really fits, and I think it was a great move the SPHL made, making that a set thing. So I'm all
Yeah.
for it.
I like it too. From a fan standpoint, it gives us a few extra games to see whatever team we're following in the playoffs play a little bit more. Get a little bit more hockey action in, and like you were saying, I agree with you there about how it gives the players more time on the ice, and then it seems like is this what usually most other promotions, or I mean leagues, I should say, do they usually have a playoff format like that where it's a 3, 5, and 5? I mean,
Well,
besides like NHL, of course, but
yeah, like the ECHL has more rounds, and I'm pretty sure they do 5-game series. I don't know about FPHL. I'll be honest. I don't. I know some stats from FPHL players, but I don't really watch FPHL for personal
right.
reasons. But
No, it's all good. Don't worry about that
but
part. But
yeah, it's definitely new for SPHL. Like I said, I think they might have been the only league, like I said, with like one official and 3-game series, and you know,
mm-hmm.
I'm glad that they're starting to kind of turn that page over to where now we're getting 2 officials on the ice. Even if it's not 100% of the game, we're still seeing that gradual growth, and now making the playoff rounds 3, 5, and 5. I just think that's a great move by the league to make that official. So it's a promising sign of things to come.
Right, and it can only get better for the SPHL and Rivermen and the other teams doing it this way because, like you said, it'll bring more revenue in for the arenas, the barns. It will probably, like you said, also gives more ice time for the players. It just seems like all around it's going to be better for the SPHL and everybody involved.
Absolutely.
Is FPHL, is that below?
Yes. Yeah, that's the lowest tier of like professional hockey, pretty much.
And we're before you came in backstage, Eric and I was talking about that too because when you gave me those stats on Boss, it's like he went to the ECHL for 2 teams and then he went down to the FPHL for a team and then he came back to the Rivermen.
Well,
And
I
I
don't
thought
know
that was
why they have that. I honestly don't. He never that confused me too, but he's never went back to the Rock Lobsters. I don't know why they got them listed. That is a head scratcher, but he's never gone back down to the Athens Rock Lobsters this year.
so it
So
was
I,
just
I don't know why they put that there.
yeah because I didn't hear anything about it and that's why I was like dumbfounded by
Yeah.
that stat right there on him.
Yeah, I'm
So
confused why they got it listed myself.
so according to that stat sheet that you gave me, when he was with the Rapid City Rush, looks like he only played 1 game and 59 minutes, 3 GA goals against, I assume that is. And he lost that one. And according to this, when he was at the Tahoe Knights, it said he played 2 games, but there's only like what 25 minutes, so basically one
Yeah,
little
and
over
this
half
last game
one
with the
period.
Tahoe, yeah, the last game with the Tahoe Monsters, he came in during the third period, and they were losing, and so they pulled him with like 3 minutes to go in the game. So
Okay.
that's why he's got the 25 minutes.
So yeah, it's good to see Boss back. I would assume they put C-Mac on the injured reserve because they wanted to keep him, maybe, or did he actually get hurt?
Well, obviously there's no way of actually knowing, but I fully 100% believe that was a roster move in order to keep them. Like I said, with the way he's been playing, we got 3 outstanding goalies. We don't want
Right.
to lose them. We don't want to lose them.
Exactly.
So if we waived any of them, I mean, any of them whatsoever, they're gone. They're not coming back, and they will be picked up by another team, and we will be playing against them. That's
Right.
a certainty. So I just don't see a scenario where Coach Trudell outright waives them. A trade could be an option, but I don't even see that happening, in all honesty. I think it's going to kind of play out the way it did last season with Colby Muse, Latinovich, and Jack Boston, where they ended up liking what they got in Jack Boston, wanted to keep him, and you would see kind of like a rotation on the IR, if you will.
Right.
So I think they're kind of going to do the same thing with Connor Mack because they want him to stay in Peoria.
Just in case if like Boss or Tino gets called up, then they'll still have 2 good goalies.
Well, and here's the thing with Tino.
Maybe that could be it, or am I wrong?
Well, here's the thing with Tino, and this is why people are like, well, I don't see why we should just keep Connor and Jack. It's just like we're not going to get rid of Tino. It's not going to happen. Tino is like a security blanket for the Rivermen. Not only is he a great goalie, he's not going to be taking a call up. He's not going anywhere. When healthy, he's right there. Like, you don't have to worry. Now with Jack Boston, as we can see, he will take a call up. Connor Mack, before he even joined the Rivermen, he said he wanted the opportunity to play in the ECHL. So, a better opportunity to play in the ECHL. So, like I said, you got 2 guys that are willing to take call-ups, and then you got Tino, who's like, I'm here. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not taking call-ups. I want to finish my career on the Rivermen.
That's right. I remember us talking about that earlier, how Tino doesn't want to do call-ups. He wants to finish off at the Rivermen. So, yeah, I get that part.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why.
So basically, maybe it's more or less putting them on IR, so that way if Boss gets called back up again, maybe.
Yeah, and it's a way to hold on to him for that reason. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a good. Let's go ahead and shoot. That we blew through those more than what I thought we would because we all agreed. Is there anything grievance you'd like to air for the Rivermen or
we can
SPHL in general?
We can talk about their previous game, their last game played, and their series against the Dogs.
All right, let's go ahead and do that real quick. Yeah, we need to talk about that because it's been you guys talk. Saturday show I was gone because I had issues with health issues, which are getting taken care of. So I missed that show. So why don't we just talk about previous games that you guys highlighted on Saturday?
Yes. I thought it was a well played series by Riverman. We ended up sweeping that series against the Dog 4-1 in the first game, and then we as a lovely comeback win Saturday the 7th. We won 2-1. That game was an exciting yet frustrating game. Riverman, we're down 1-0. It stayed that way till midway through the second or midway through the third. And then we ended up getting 2 goals with 10 minutes left in the game to win it. Both goals scored by Caden Henry. And Connor Mack got his 4th win. And that is his 4th consecutive win and 4th consecutive game of only allowing 1 goal. So Connor Mack and Caden Henry were definitely the players of the game. And like I said, Caden Henry got a goal in the first game as well. So
Yeah, they're both great guys. So
yeah, Caden Henry coming back, as we can see, is huge. That's what the guy does. Is he does nothing but produce. So he had 2 points in game 1 with a goal and an assist. 2 points in game 2 with 2 goals. I mean, Caden Henry's a beast. He's a monster.
I've enjoyed him the times I've seen him play.
Absolutely. And that sets us up with this. So far, we've only we had an extended road trip, and we've only lost 1 game on the road so far, and that was the Evansville Thunderbolts. But
they're a tough team anyway to begin with. So
yeah, and they are a tough team. It was a tough road schedule. It really was. And we're playing great. I mean, considering the travel, we swept Huntsville, then we lost that game to Thunderbolts. We swept Dogs, and now we're playing Quad City for 3 straight games. So we'll see how this road trip shakes out. It's going to be a tough 3-game set against Quad Cities, especially considering the education game. But like I've said in previous videos, Rivermen play pretty well on education games. They got a pretty good record when it comes to playing, and even on the road, they've played a few road education games that they've won. So, I like the Rivermen's chances. Like I said, I'm always happy. Like, I think we could at least take 2 out of 3 against Quad City. I'm not, when it's a 3-game set, I'm very hesitant to talk about sweeps because that's a tough act against any team. But I do think it is doable to take 2 out of 3. And I think this game 1 tomorrow morning is very important to kind of set that tone on how this series could shake out. So, like I said, we'll see what Trudeau has. I won't be able to watch that game, unfortunately, because I get off work at 8 a.m. and I'm going to rest. And
you're going to be in bed anyway. So.
Yeah, and then I got Winter Jam that night with my family.
Oh, yeah, that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was driving around town because I had a few things to do today, and I seen they were doing something at the Civic Center. It looked like it might be some kind of dance thing going on, I guess, cheerleading thing. But anyway, that's not about hockey. I just noticed that it was busy today, so.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of like hockey, because there is actually it is hockey related, so there actually is a movie. I can't remember the exact name off of it, but apparently this one hockey player got hurt, or the partner for this ice skater, figure dance ice skater, got hurt, so they ended up getting the hockey player and had to teach him how to skate on regular ice skates instead of hockey skates. Does anybody remember that movie? It happened years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're watching the replay, everybody, if you know, drop it in there so we'll know. So,
well, guys, I'm gonna have to get off here, finish up cooking dinner.
All right. Okay. Since you're about to leave, what do you think your big 3? This is the big three for Eric since he's leaving. What are your big three for the games this weekend?
Well, let's play strong offense and defense. Get the first goal and set the tone. Set a good example for both defense and offense, and hopefully we can take all 3 games.
And thank you, Mallory, for that. I had a brain freeze on the game. That movie is called The Cutting Edge. So set the tone, be strong, and hopefully win 3 in a row is what you're saying, Eric.
Yep.
All right, have a good one. Finish
Yep.
cooking those chicken legs and
Shit.
see you around, man.
Yep.
Apparently, Wade decided to leave for some reason. Anyway, so this is a short show, I guess. There we go. You're back.
I'm back. It's my fault.
We weren't stopping yet. He was just
No.
leaving because he got busy. So, nevertheless, it's going to be a short show because, I mean, I try to prepare as much as I can, but what little I did, apparently we blew through. So, we may as well go ahead and, like I said, keep this short show so that way Wade can get to whatever he is doing and whatnot. So, the big three, and Wade, why don't you elaborate and tell us what your big three for all 3 games this weekend?
All right, awesome. I guess we'll go ahead and start with players that I got highlighted for the big three here for this weekend. I'm going to start out with Caden Henry. I mean, like I said, when this guy's getting points, whether that's assists or goals, we're winning games. His contributions are always huge. And last time he played in Quad Cities, he got injured. Now, that player that injured him is no longer on Quad City Storm. He was traded. So, at least there's that. You know, there's no playing the guy that actually hurt Caden. But last time, yes, Caden was in Quad Cities. That's when he suffered his injury. So, I want to see a big response out of Caden Henry and Quad Cities during this series and make him pay.
So basically, him shrugging off that he got hurt and showing that, hey, I can still have it and I can still,
that didn't
skate
phase
circles
me.
around everybody. Yeah,
Exactly. And then I got Michael McChesney. He's our leading goal scorer on the team. I think this team goes, marches to the beat of his drum as well. He's been such a big influence on this team, such an important player. I think he's going to have, and he plays well against the Quad City Storm. So I look for Michael McChesney to have a big series. The last guy I got is Connor Smool. I've really enjoyed watching the progression of Connor Smool, and this kid's getting better and better, and I think he could potentially have a pretty big series against the Quad City Storm. So that's my 3 players to look out for. My keys to the game is get off to a fast start in the first period and want to see him skating well and, pressuring Quad City Storm and putting the puck on the net, hopefully getting that first goal. The second is a good team defense. It's going to be an early game. Some players ain't used to playing a 10 a.m. game. Like I said, that's why I want the fast start. That's why we need a good team defense because we need to help out our goalie as much as possible back there, whoever that is, whether that's Jack Bosteder, Nick Latinovich. So I
Mhm,
think
mhm.
a good team defense is definitely important in this game. And also, I'm gonna say it again because this is my big one. Just like Ty has neutral zone, you have set the tone. Mine is special teams.
Mhm,
Special
mhm.
teams will always be important to me, especially power play.
Oh yeah.
Rivalry matchups, you're going to get opportunities on the power play, and yes, you always got to take advantage and search for a goal on that. Riverman's power play has been struggling, so hopefully with the addition of getting Caden Henry back, we can kind of start to get back on the right track on my power play. So that's my three players and three things to watch out for during the game.
And here's Ty. If you can hear us, Ty, what are your big three? If you can hear us.
So, can you guys hear me?
I can hear
Yes.
you.
All
Yes.
right. So, my big three is don't play their game. They're gonna come out. They're gonna come at you full force like they always do, and we can't stoop down to their style of playing because we're gonna take stupid penalties, and we can't take stupid penalties against the Storm. My second is uh, control the neutral zone. I will always say that. It seems like when the Rivermen can control the neutral zone, good things happen in the offensive zone. And I think if we kind of did what we did against the Dogs, I think we should be fine.
Mhm.
Uh, my third is block shot. Um, it seems like we're getting a little bit better at it. We're not as good as like Evansville, but they are getting better as the season's gone on. So that's my big three to the game. My big three players. I believe I'm gonna highlight. I'm gonna highlight Jack. He's coming. He's coming back down from the ECHL. Um, he did pretty good up there for what they put him in for. So if he plays, I'd like to see him basically start where he finished at when he left us. My second is going to have to be probably Dennis, Corey Dennis. Like I said, he's been pretty solid for us this year on the defensive side. Got a third guy.
Barker. He's more aerodynamically sound.
Oh yeah, Braden Barker. My wife said, yeah, he's been getting more physical with in his game, and since he shaved the beard, she said he's more aerodynamic for us.
Well, there you go.
Which I saw him tonight at the Owen Center. I'm like, you gotta grow that beard back, man. But yeah, those are my
shaved
big
too,
three.
So.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be able to watch the game tomorrow. I might just kind of check in on the score every now and then. That's what I said. Don't take stupid penalties. And as everybody can tell, I'm on the road. So, yeah, just figured I'd pop in and say hey.
Well, since Mallory's there, does she want to tell us her big three since she's a part of the show as well?
You want big three?
No, just Barker was.
Just Barker. She said just Barker.
All right, that's
He's
all
more
good.
aerodynamic now.
No worries. I thought I'd ask since she's right there. So I'd say, okay. Before I get, or I'll do my big three, and then Ty, how about you tell us what you thought of the previous games?
Okay.
My big three, as always, is be the first one to get a goal, set the tone, and control the neutral zone. I like now that we got Barker back and the whole gang back, pretty much. I think we should be doing well again, and I like to see Boss get one of those games, start one of those games, which it sounds like I think at least what Wade says, and I kind of agree with him. Let him do the educational game because he's maybe more rested, possibly. Who knows? Anyway, my point being is I like to see him start a game and, just as I always say, just set the tone. So, with that said, Ty, what did you think of the previous games?
So I'll go back to Evansville. I thought it was pretty flat. I mean, we had no energy at all. I think Wade and I talked about it a little bit. Like they had no energy, no offensive pressure really. And then when they started getting offensive pressure, Evansville is just so good at blocking shots, and they just kept blocking the shots, and it's just Evansville is tough. I mean, you can't come out flat against Evansville because they are going to make you pay for that, and they did. Moving on to Roanoke, I think we did a fantastic job Friday night. They controlled the neutral zone. They got pucks on net. Defense showed up, and I think that was a way better showing than against Evansville. From Wednesday, yeah. Saturday, get my days all mixed up here. Saturday, like Wade said, it was actually kind of scary. They scored, and then I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And it was a great comeback. And like I said, Caden Henry, he's such a beast, and so nice to have him back. And like Wade said, it's going to be good to have him back on the power play because I think he knows where to be on the power play, and he puts himself in situations that he knows he can score. And I really think that's a big key to our power play is to get him back, especially when you have Bear passing the puck when he passes the puck. But yeah, no, I think that was the best. But I think on the road trip, our best game was the Friday night game.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And
That might have been our best game
Well,
of the
we have-
entire road trip was Friday against Dog.
yeah, we have way less shots on goal. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I apparently don't pay attention to every show.
Yeah. So now going on to tomorrow, I kind of agree with you, Ben. I think, and Wade, maybe we'll see Jack tomorrow morning. It would probably be a good start for him, getting back into the rhythm of things. I did notice when he played at the ECHL level, his defense wasn't really as stout as the Rivermen have right now. Tahoe is kind of struggling, as I saw. So I think getting him back in the rhythm of things, getting him back into our system, and I think he's going to be Jack. I mean, he's just so calm, cool, and collective. And I think we'll see Tino probably Friday night would be my guess. If Jack gets to start tomorrow, I see Tino probably Friday. And then I would be surprised to see Jack again on Saturday, which I would be happy to see Jack on Saturday because Mallory and I are both going up to that game on Valentine's Day to spend Valentine's Day at the hockey rink. What more romantic is that?
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah, and so this is a big series for the Rivermen.
Right.
Quad Cities is no slouch. I mean, I think, like Ben has said, they might be the sleeper. So we need to take we need to take at least 2 out of these 3. And what, like Mallory said, and what we've said in the past shows is Quad Cities is very tough at home. They play very well in their own barn. But I will say this, the Rivermen have beat them in their barn plenty of times this year. So
Right.
it shouldn't be
Yeah.
unfamiliar territory for us, these
Right.
3 games. And I think they just need to really buckle down and at least take 3 or 2 out of the 3 and
Of course.
continue with our point lead in the standings.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's a sleeper one because even though the Rivermen, we've won against them multiple times this year, every single time it just seemed like they were just like, forcing us to, not forcing us, but forcing the team to play more accurate with shots and
I mean, they don't go away. They don't quit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's like
And they've
they're
beaten
just
pretty
on us,
good
on us,
teams
on
this
us,
year,
on us.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, actually, they played pretty well. I mean, like during that stretch when we beat them like that 4 games in a row, before they were playing us, they were playing pretty good hockey. And then after that 4-game stretch, again, they were playing pretty good hockey. They were, you could even argue they were playing pretty good hockey against us, taking us to the overtimes and everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't take them lightly. You can't just overlook them and be like, it's Quad Cities, we'll beat them. That's not the way it works. They are a solid team.
Yeah,
And,
it used to be that way.
yeah, it used to be that way, but
And
you look at their names, who they got on their roster. They got some guys that can put the puck in the net, like they do. So you got to be cautious.
And we've said it in the past. They have, if you look at that roster, there's no reason why they can't be a top 5, top 4 team.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't understand what's missing up there to have them be that good of a team. And I'm sure the fans are getting frustrated about it because, they should be winning more. And I don't understand.
Well,
I don't know if it's a coaching thing or what.
We know their fans are very adamant about losing because, especially the us Rivermen, because they always show it on those Facebook groups. So,
they hate Peoria. I mean, all there is to it. I mean, if you look at their schedule that they put out, every single team besides Peoria is in capital letters, and they did that on purpose. Like every single time they play Peoria, if you look at their like magnet schedules and stuff, Peoria is abbreviated in small letters.
oh, geez.
So, like I said, they despise Peoria. They hate losing against Peoria. And honestly, I think the reason why a lot of other teams hate Peoria is because if you look back on when Peoria first joined the SPHL, it's just been pure dominance in the league. I mean, we have winning records, I believe, on every single team that we've ever played on in the SPHL. I think there's maybe a couple that are not even in the league anymore that we do not have a winning record against them.
Right.
So that's why I think a lot of the teams don't like Peoria because, I mean, we've been good for so long.
Ever since we started in the SPHL.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like, this kind of goes with sports. Like Jimmy Johnson, I despise Jimmy Johnson. He won all the time. I didn't like Jimmy Johnson. And, you got your fans that like Jimmy Johnson, that he won all them championships and all them races, and I was one of those haters. It's just you're going to have that.
Well, it's like with dirt track racing, you got Bobby Pierce. I'll admit he's a good driver when he can be, but at the same time, I've seen him do a bunch of stupid stuff, and
his attitude is what gets me. I can't. I don't care for his attitude.
Again, that's what I agree with you on that part.
But
he's a good driver. It's just his attitude is off.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think Peoria is the most hated team in the SPHL, And like I said, Wade can back me up on this. It's because we've been good since day one.
I mean, we've never finished, like what, 13, 14 seasons, we've never finished below third place in the standings. That's an incredible stat, no matter the league that you're in.
Yeah, and then of course, you'll get those ones that say, well, you never win the championship. Well, I mean, great teams doesn't mean they win the championship.
Yeah. And we got 2 of them now. So, I mean, they can't even say that. Like, I had somebody the other day say, you guys always lose in the first round. It's like, it's actually been years since we've lost in the first round. And we also have 2 rings in that time span. So, like, your guys' chirps, like, you're falling back on old material that isn't even true anymore. So
yeah.
It's like, we are like the Detroit Red Wings of the SPHL. Obviously a good team back in the day, 90s.
Yeah.
But, because any Blue fan, even Blackhawk fan, can attest to seeing the Red Wings.
Yeah, yeah, I'll agree with you there.
So,
no offense to you two, but I feel the same way with the Blues. I mean, they're a good team, well, except for this year, of course, but I'll admit they play well. I just can't stand them because, I'm a Blackhawks fan. Then we're talking about being I mean, we've been around for a while, but it kind of reminds me of with the NHL when Vegas came in. They were like all of a sudden out of nowhere, they were like good, and whatnot, winning games and things of that nature, and everybody hates them because, again, they're the new team that is dominating, and that's pretty much how the Rivermen theoretically is with the SPHL, and that's
it was amazing what Las Vegas did because they basically had a bunch of players that no one wanted.
Right.
They weren't protected on the protected list. When when a new team comes in, it's kind of like what the SPHL does. You get your protected list, but then basically you do like I call it a fantasy draft because, you get to pick the players, what's left. And they played with a chip on their shoulder. Those guys like, oh, well, my team didn't want me. So you know what? I'm going to show them that, we're a good team with all these, players that they didn't want. And
right.
To be that successful that early is actually kind of special. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It was actually really cool to see. I mean, of course, I'm not a Vegas fan by no means, but
right.
But it was actually kind of cool to see them do that.
Yeah.
So, since we talked about playoffs and that, and you weren't here when Wade and I were talking about it, what do you think of the new 3-5-5 playoff they're doing this year in the SPHL, Ty?
It's about time. I mean, if they want to establish themselves as a premier hockey league, they're gonna have to set rules and things like that. It's one of those deals where in the past they would ask the team, well, do you want a best of 3 or do you want a best of 5? Well, no, the league should just step up and say, this is how it's going to be. This is what's going to be.
Right.
So, I mean, yes, I understand some of the teams that pick the best of 3 because of traveling, because traveling's not cheap.
Exactly.
But I think it's going to make the playoffs even more intense. To be honest, I was kind of hoping they would do, which I know they wouldn't have done it, but like the best of 5 on everyone.
Yeah.
Because you get those teams that best out of 3. Maybe they just needed those 2 games to get heated up. So I wish it was best out of 5 on all of them. Maybe because I'm just kind of selfish and I want more hockey, but it's just.
Well, that's what I said. That's what I said earlier. It's like I like it as a fan standpoint because it's more games we can watch.
Yeah. I also want to note something. I notice Wade is not matching in all of his Rivermen gear.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm wearing this. They actually pissed me off. So,
because all you do is wear your matching Riverman stuff, and you get your Riverman cup that you drink out of every 10 seconds. That's supposedly what you do.
oh yeah, well, and not just always wear a Riverman shirt. It's always a red one.
It,
That's
yeah,
kind of weird to point that out, but okay.
yeah, and you're always you're on a podcast with two other dudes. That's
I know.
what we
Heaven
get.
forbid.
So I just wanted to
Well,
note that.
he has a little bird poop on his shoulder, on his chest right there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's a Green Bay logo.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just wanted to point that out that Wade is not in matching red stuff tonight.
I know.
Well,
Stop the presses.
hey, I shaved, so if that tells you
I think
anything.
we need to stop the show and restart, and you need to go put on a red shirt.
Yeah, I apologize to everyone out there. That's my fault. I know better. Next time, red shirt too. I'll make sure it's a red shirt, red hat, and my red Riverman cup.
Yeah, we have standards here.
Yeah. That's
Well,
sloppy on my part, guys. My apologies.
You can also be like Kenny Wallace, and when you're on the podcast, have a cup that has Bayleaf Indian Restaurant and Bar, and just hold it up like this while you're talking, and every so often pretend to
There you
take
go.
a sip out of it, and then it has the logo up all the time.
That's some good
So-
advertising.
Just
I think that's the only reason why he does it. Yeah.
So, but yeah, no,
So,
I wanted to give that a little shout out, but that's what I think of the playoffs.
Anything else you want to talk about, Riverman, Ty, before we shut her down?
I just, you guys touched on it a little bit earlier. I think it was a smart move by Guy putting Connor on the 14-day IR. I knew it was a roster move.
It made some people.
Some people were all pissed off about it, holding him back. Honestly, I think if he would have put him on team suspension, that would be holding him back more than putting him on the 14-day IR. Because, it's no secret. I don't think he wants to go back to the Feds. And, putting him on team suspension, where else was he going to have to go? At least with the 14-day IR, he's still with us. He's going to get playing time. I really think it's a roster move right now. Jack came back. So, I think he's going to do the rotation of the goalies. And honestly, I think we're prepping Connor for next year. Wade, could you just imagine the Rivermen having Connor and Jack?
That's one of the best tandems, hands down. And
Right.
yeah, but if you ask other fans, we harmed his career, I guess. These 2 weeks, we hurt his career. It's all over for him. He can't get noticed now.
Well, here's the thing, as Wade said earlier in the show, it's a good thing they're doing that because, if you just get let go, why would you want to come back to a place that let you go if you get called up to some other team when you go back? And it's
and
like
the second he would be waived, all other teams, all of them, would be all over him.
right.
Oh yeah. And you know what would suck? It would suck if he got picked up by Quad Cities.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what I was kind of telling Ben earlier. It's just like, yeah, if we lost, rather it was Boston or whoever, at the second they hit that waiver wire, they're all going to claim them. Every single team, and he could wind up on Quad City Storm. That playing Connor Mack or Jack Boston on the Quad City Storm, could you imagine? That's nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
So,
even Tino on another team,
exactly.
That would be bad. So I don't think it's going to harm his career. I honestly think he is going to be a Riverman next year. I really do, unless he gets an ECHL contract. Because, a lot of people don't understand ECHL scouts I mean, yeah, they might not watch, but they look at stats.
Hmm.
So I'm sure they know about Connor Mack. I mean, they know about him. I'm sure they do.
Yeah, he's noticed. 4 games, only 1 goal in each game, and 4 wins. Yeah, he's noticed.
Yeah.
You know.
36 miles to eat.
I was even thinking he probably won't. Hopefully,
Get on
but
this.
he'd be going to the Jolly Green Giants team because the Jolly Green Giant sucks.
Well,
what?
go Ice Dog.
Fayetteville.
No, he's on Ice Bears.
No, Ice Bears. That's right, Ice Bears.
Yeah, not Ice Dogs, Ice Bears.
Yeah. I know.
What is he talking about? Monday?
Go
Yeah,
Ice Dog.
Monday.
Yeah.
Sent him a friend.
Did you, Wade? Did you buy any of Mundinger's merch?
No, I like I said, I love Mundinger. He's a great person. I've thought about it, but it's just like, it is kind of hard to rock another team's merch. He's on another team.
Yeah.
It's hard to
The
do
man
that.
and thought about buying his.
Mallory almost went. She actually looked at his merch and almost ordered a hat.
I have too. I've almost ordered a hat, and there was a really cool jersey he had for sale that was very reasonable priced, and I was just like, I'm kind of tempted. I kind of want that, and I almost did order it, but it's just like, when will I wear it though? Because it's just like, it's not like I'm going to wear it to a Riverman game. I don't want people to be, oh, you're a Knoxville fan. It's like, no, I'm a Dinger fan. I like Dinger. I'm not an Ice Bear fan.
Yeah, she almost bought the sweatshirt.
Yeah. I mean, I do love the guy. I support him. I always root for him unless he's playing the Rivermen. So.
No, I'm sure he's good. This is the 2 times I've seen him. He didn't perform well, so that's why I kind of like giving him shit. So.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna get off here and.
All right. With that said, Wade, one more time, tell us about this great place, and then we'll finish it off.
Bayleaf Indian Restaurant and Bar, located in downtown Peoria, a few blocks away from Carver Arena. Great food for the whole family. Great atmosphere, great environment. You'll enjoy your experience there. They cater to all spice levels, no spice to medium to spicy. Go down there, enjoy some good food. Leave your car there in the parking lot. Free parking during the Riverman game, and go enjoy the game, and tell them Wade sent you.
All right. With that said, we will be back maybe Saturday.
Yeah. So we're gonna get up there. We're leaving right after Braxton's game Saturday morning, and we will be in the hotel. So I should be able to do the podcast from the hotel.
Okay.
So I believe 3:00 should still work.
So 3 p.m. Central, everybody, Saturday. And until then, take care. And Wade, how do we do it?
We always keep it Riverman style.
All right. God bless everybody.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Well,